Fresh off its recent success with Scribblenauts, developer Fifth Cell returns to the Drawn to Life series with the next chapter. The direct sequel to the 2007 Nintendo DS game, it offers the same mix of stylus drawing and platforming that made the original stand out. Has the charm worn off? Or is there a good platformer beneath the fading ink? The next chapter's story hits the ground running immediately after the finale of the original title. The evil Wilfra is running amok once again, wreaking havoc by stealing color from the world. Led by their fearless mayor, a group of estranged villagers call upon the Creator to deliver them from disaster. Their prayers are answered by the return of the hero from the previous adventure, and they set out to restore order to the world. It's a very well-crafted plot, but our biggest gripe is that the game lays it on way too thick. There's never any balance, with numerous long bouts of exposition, followed by a scant few minutes of actual gameplay. The game also drops you right into the plot and expects you to be up to speed with the events of the original adventure. You'll feel a bit lost at first, but eventually you'll regain your bearings. Ultimately, everything moves along at a snail's pace, and you'll be tempted to constantly hit the skip button. If you can sift through the hours of excessive story, you'll find a rather average platformer at the core of the next chapter. You're tasked with traveling to various lands and restoring color to them by collecting paint drops scattered throughout several levels. Outside of the levels, the bulk of your time is spent walking around and coloring in objects to unlock new areas. As for the levels themselves, they're enjoyable, but they're overall too soon. Your expedition will get repetitive due to its incredibly linear nature, with only the boss encounters providing a breath of fresh air. One of the game's hooks is the ability to create objects by drawing them with your stylus. It was a novel concept in the original, but the gimmick has since lost its luster, as no matter what you draw into the space, including leaving it empty, the resulting object will have the same functionality. Aside from allowing some expressive freedom, the mechanic doesn't really enhance the game's problem-solving aspect. The only real opportunity for the drawing mechanic to shine is during the occasional puzzle rooms. These rooms require you to draw a series of lines with the limited ink in order to safely cross over to the other side. It's simple enough at first, but as the properties of your lines change, it becomes more challenging. Still, these segments aren't nearly enough to reinvigorate the experience, and their length leaves you feeling shortchanged. The majority of the next chapter utilizes a traditional button-based control scheme, but there are occasional segments that require stylus input. You'll need the stylus to return color to the lifeless areas of the world, as well as to draw in objects to advance through levels. It's simple enough to handle, but it can feel cramped with a limited screen space. However, it's not a complete deal breaker, as you have the option to use an existing template for any object in the game. As for the platforming segments, the jumping mechanics leave something to be desired. They're very loose and floaty, making it easy to occasionally slip off your intended destination, though the double jump helps. While you're busy hopping about, numerous baddies are out to make your life more difficult. Many can be defeated with a simple bop on the head, while a good punch in the face will do in the rest. Like the jumping mechanics, there's some odd physics at play with the combat maneuvers, but even still, they get the job done. Finally, you can also morph your hero into various forms, each with a different style of handling. You can roll around through tight spaces as a blob, as well as cling to ceilings and scale walls in a spider form. The blob form is very slow-paced and the controls are sluggish, but swinging around as a spider is very fluid. The mileage you get out of each varies, with the spider form proving more useful and simply more fun to use. If there's one thing the next chapter does very well, it's the visuals. This is a gorgeous 2D game full of vibrant colors and personality. It really nails the world as a canvas concept. The only blemishes on this painting are the few instances where your creations look out of place alongside the polished artwork. To top it all off, the game boasts a terrific soundtrack. Behind all the brush strokes and ink lines lies a rather ho-hum experience. The next chapter winds up clouded by the feeling that you've already been there and done that. The drawing mode mechanics were interesting on the first go-around, but their impact feels diminished at this point. Still, if you skipped out on the original title, then the next chapter is at least worth a quick look.